Welcome. This is part 2 of how the MLCP process works. This is the procedure that allows you to help a client develop a personal estate plan. Traditionally, the advisor has collected the data to process a client's personal estate planning documents. Today, a team member of Client Management Services, CMS, collects the client data. This is done primarily so the advisor does not have to be concerned with having to know about certain estate planning issues. However, the advisor is usually on the call. Some advisors may want to take a more active role in this process and may do so as more of their clients are assisted. This is the data entry area. As you can see, we filled out the John sample information, pretty basic on top. John wanted to make, and it was disclosed in the interview, a $50,000 contribution to the American Cancer Society. His wife died recently of cancer, and he wanted to show his appreciation for their assistance. The 2 children are listed as beneficiaries. They're also listed as the successor administrators of the trust and personal health care agents. And pretty much that's what is applying up to this point. Now we have the special trust directives. Now, whether we use these or not is going to really be determined going back to the virtual brochure. And that virtual brochure, John filled out a form, which was what we call the checklist. Tell us about your personal situations. These are essentially 10 types of objective type statements. And he wanted his assets to be, when they were distributed to the kids, held in trust. That was number 1. And number 2, because he does not have a spouse, he wanted to make sure his IRA payments were going to be paid out to his children, and they were going to be stretched to get the maximum benefit. So that's what that tells us. So now we're going to look how we implement that. We click on Special Trust Directives, and we'll see that the Generation Holding Trust is the term that is used for having the assets being held in trust. And we see down here 2 or more beneficiaries, and we see all the language is pre-done. All we're going to do is hit append to text to trust, and then the IRA minimum distribution, we'll see that's right here, and all the language is pre-done, so we just put append text to addendum and close the window. You'll see all the languages here, and on the IRA trust, it says that the minimum payments are going to be done for 10 years. John looked at that and said, geez, I really want it longer because the kids are still rather young, so we're going to put in there 20, which you can see you can make a change, 20 years. So that means minimally the minimum distributions will be paid out like that. That's pretty much the end of what we needed. There's the placement fee, which includes a $200 fee for the advisor. So now what we're going to do is do what you do typically in a purchase over the internet, is we have to look at the contract and accept it. So there it is right there. And we're going to click I agree. Go down here, and normally the client would fill in the credit card data, but we're going to use the try before you buy key so we can go ahead and submit. We're going to submit, and now all we do is click on client registration. As you can see, we've collected, or we filled out all the information necessary for the client registration. Now, the one piece of information we didn't have and we had to get from our email was the ID number, and that came in via an email that told us that the transaction number was 202241, which we put over here. And that's it. When we hit the registration button, we're going to go to the what we call cloud account. We call it the client console. In the next video, we will see how to retrieve the documents, review them, and e-sign, and finally, how to fund, or that is transfer all the client's assets into the trust And that will be the completion of the process.